Indeed. Indeed it has. And we have got a good luck to everyone. We have got a Putz Rage, and we've got a go. And we've got a shuffled start screen.
Death Mountain. Spectacle Rock.
Fantastic starting screen.
How many caves are easily accessible from there? One. We do have a divergence a bit with BT going south first. Probably not the worst move ever, seeing as what we discovered was in that cave in the northwest.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll make a quick trip over here to the Armos to try to see if they can figure out what that item is. Hopefully it's... the power bracelet may not actually be bad here. If you can't screen scroll, getting off of this is going to be difficult.
Yeah. Fortunately for our competitors, it is not Lionel's in the guarding Death Mountain.
It is not, and there is no power bracelet. We've got shuffled Armos.
Alright. Yo, it's getting better and better for you, HN.
Now look at that level 1 screen. 6 blue Lionel. JSR not having a good time there.
Oh, man.
And meanwhile, BT gonna scroll over here, check out the blue ring Armos. Greeted with another door, so still no item. Looks like it'll be over on the east side of Hyrule.
We do have shuffled secret amounts as well, as he picked up 36 rupees. Which means the prices in the shops will be different as well, correct?
That is correct, and we just found a Takeny Cave on Bresticle side, and there are no extra candles. Ooh. So these guys are gonna have to figure out where to buy a candle. This is awesome. I'm liking it so far. As long as the store is not at the Start Cave, we are good to go.
You started to say awful, but you changed your mind there halfway through.
And the grave does not push at the normal magical sword, so we've got second or mixed quest here as well.
Good night. Now, if like I say, I know you'll be very disappointed if we get to find the wood sword at the Start Cave, and it turns out to be 0 HP. But other than that, impressive start. 14 rupees for bombs. We have our first weapon pickup of the round, and another first quest wall that does not cooperate.
Sword is in the Start Cave, unfortunately. So Bresticle does get that sword at 2 minutes, 12 seconds. We'll see if the HP cooperates or not.
Yeah, you gotta think he's, of these four guys, he's definitely got the advantage right now, having both sword and,
yes!
Nope, no 0!
It is shuffled HP!
How many hits did it take for the Blue Mom? Was that 5?
It looked about like 5. This is gonna be awesome.
They did drop bombs, however, so maybe that will be one piece of normalcy for the guys out there.
Yeah, this is gonna be... We'll see how the dungeons work out. This should be a fun scene.
Oh! BT almost had a clean walk over to level 1. Got bumped by the one Lionel that could take him out, though.
Yeah, that is a nasty screen to deal with, no matter how you do it. I'll imagine a lot of guys will avoid that screen entirely.
Yeah.
Of course, watch the important level be at level 1.
Yeah, I mean, that would be bad even if we had vanilla dungeon locations, which we don't. At least not first quest dungeon locations.
Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a second quest seed. I haven't seen anything that indicates that it would be mixed yet, but we'll see. I'm really looking for mixed, but second quest is a great alternative.
BT also finding the Take Any roads. There is one that takes you close to start, so that would be a huge help for those guys who didn't have the sword yet. Although it looks like Jam is well on his way to picking it up at this point.
Yeah, nice cheap bombs as well. It's nice, and BT does make his way over here to level 1 finally, and we do have a sword get on GSR2 Gamer's side as well.
Oh, yep, and definitely second quest. That was at yeah, that's at level 3 in first quest. This is definitely a second quest seed then.
Ooh, we might have shape 0 HP bosses, which is a nice alternative for these guys. So this is either level 7 or we've got some kind of shapes going on. But this is definitely second quest overworld, which means Recorder becomes super important.
Recorder Power Bracelet have a much greater significance than in the first quest. Oh, and another dungeon location found by BT. Now, if the pallets aren't swapped, then we're looking at level 8 on BT's side, and I think that would be level 4 on JSR's side.
Probably level 6 from the way that this has been going here.
Speaking of level 6, there's Goma. Just the difference in the colors between some of the screens make it a little bit difficult to discern between 4 and 6. Yeah, and with the red rivers, I think that would be 6 over. Where we have a BT finding a staircase, nothing in it, only to find another staircase in the next room, and that is the ladder. You couldn't
Huge find for BT early.
Yeah, you couldn't find a better one, a better item at this point, this early in the race, I think.
Meanwhile, Jam Evil also making his way into level 6. We had JSR bail on that, so it might have been a ladder block, or perhaps some keys were needed.
Yeah. Unfortunately for BT, he won't be able to. He's trying to work the agree over here to try to do the door glitch, but unable to get through that key door.
Yeah, not having any of it. Difficult with mixed HP as well. These guys are a little bit brutal and does take a death. Dataput saying that a Chevy room was ran into in level 6, which is probably a good indicator of a block of some sort with the ladder.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we do have a candle find on JSR side at 69 rupees at the level 1. Blocked by 6 blue Lionels. How fantastic.
Man, I've never wanted a red candle so bad in my life.
Right? 7-8, it looks like we do not have shuffled pallets. That is correct. Yeah, there is that Chevy room, and that is definitely a shutter door. That is no fun.
And looks like staircase take on BT's side, getting him closer up towards the Triforce. But if he's thinking this is 8, you know he's looking to see if his first, if the second item could be as advantageous as the first one was. Finds his way out of a key block, fortunately.
Yeah, Jam doing some nifty tricks here with some sideways block clips to get himself out of this this Chevy room. Fantastic work by him here. And it looks like Ampharos has found level 8 as well.
And we have found Ganon's room in level 8.
Ooh.
So potential implications for ways to access Zelda later on in the seed, perhaps. No guarantees there, but yeah, Ampharos taking the staircase right out the gate. He is going to miss the ladder that was in the very next room.
Fortunately, he doesn't have any keys, so he's got to go back.
Unless he bombs down.
Unless he bombs down, which he does do.
Now that looked like the normal shape of level 8 almost.
Yeah, these are normal shapes.
Okay.
And that Chevy room's not native to level 6, so we did know we had randomized dungeon rooms. However, the Ganon room still could be normally, with a 50% chance, be in level 9. So that being shuffled is a big indicator when they get there that Zelda's probably not in her room.
Yeah. And a Triforce pickup for BT. That's our first one of the game, and an item. It is the rod in level 6, I believe, that Jam is in.
Could be a big thing if we find out that there's a boomstick somewhere. I don't know that we've seen a large shield yet, but I'm sure that they will continue to search.
Yeah. In any event, a great combat item, although with the second quest overworld, the rupees may be at a premium.
That is true, as we do have shuffled secrets, so that large secret could be very small. And, there's the potential of meat blocks. There, you might need arrows. There's a lot of things you might need coming through this.
Plus the candle, not being available for free. And only one large secret, because we are in the second quest.
And a ladder get here for Amazing Ampharos. So him moving right along as well. Super great find to find here. And JSR taking a death at the waterfall, the Tektites, that look like they've got more than one hit point.
Yeah. And those are real dangerous in that situation, because the game doesn't know what to do with them after you hit them once. So they have the tendency to just teleport across the screen after you hit them. because they don't have a blowback mechanism when you hit them, like some other enemies do.
It looks like we might have a level 4 find here on Bresticle's side. I didn't quite catch exactly where that was, but this is definitely Dark Nuts, which means it's shuffled. But if we remember correctly, level 6 had ropes, which means that it was the Gorilla set. So this is definitely a new dungeon.
The red Dark Nuts were kind to him. Let's see how the blues go.
Looks like 9 HP.
Ooh.
And I can't get over on Jam Evil's side, so he'll be moving right along, burning some bushes here.
Alright, that could prove to be big for him. As the first one to get the candle, he has access to a good bit more overworld exploration than anyone else does. The ladder is a great item in the dungeons, but in the overworld only opens up a couple of more screens here in the second quest.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if either of these guys with the ladder makes their way over to the coast anytime soon to see what that item is. It is a 50% chance to be that hard, but it could be a red ring, it could be an any key. There's a lot of things it could be that could be useful.
Yeah. Or say the red candle would be
the red candle
would be a nice one for him.
Yeah, and the reason why Jams looks so bright and vibrant is because he has an RGB modded NES, so it makes it a little bit more poppy.
Never mind on the any key. It is in level 8.
Also, Ampharos, digging the extra item, that actually turns out to be a big deal, as keys have been a little bit of a premium so far. And we have got a book at a shop, so...
Oh!
Wow. That could be a big deal, too, if Jam ends up finding enough money to pick that up.
Wow. That is big, and Ampharos, after picking up the any key, gets wall-mastered back to the start of the dungeon.
And Bresticle picking up his second Triforce out of level 4. It turns out that Reverse C with all the blue Dark Nuts did contain the Triforce.
And he's headed over to the coast.
It's a white sword!
Oh!
That's like one of the best possible items you could find in this sea. That is amazing. And finds a dungeon to boot.
Oh, man. And that is 3?
It looks like this is gonna be level 3.
All right. Could be a quick dungeon for BT.
And a Triforce pickup over on Ampharos' side as well. So any key, ladder, and level 8's Triforce for Ampharos here. We'll see what he makes for his next move. It looks like the coast is the place to be.
Man. White sword item on the coast. Could not have thought. I didn't even think about that possibility. We start listing off items we might want to find there.
Well, and important to note now is that finding the White Sword Cave matters because that item is now shuffled as well. So that could contain the bow, it could contain anything.
Well, Triforce is very close by in 3 for BT, but he's looking for that item, knowing that this is a relatively small dungeon.
JSR going to buy that candle and miscounting by 1 rupee needs to find that one. Does get it right away off of the red Lionel right out there, so we'll be able to pick up his candle. And the Armos item at the Lost Hills Armos is the Power Bracelet, which this being second quest, and it appears to have shuffled any roads, is actually an important find as it will unlock 7 locations on the map here for Amazing Ampharos.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jam making his way through level 8 as BT is searching frantically through level 3, trying to find, I believe, the item in here, as he has bypassed the Triforce so far.
Yeah, and he's been fortunate enough that he hasn't been blocked out of rooms yet. So I mean, as long as he's got that, he's going to keep going with this, especially with the Korea set. Now, if it were Wizrobes, maybe you're taking the item and counting your losses. I mean, taking the Triforce and getting out of there, but... It
looks like we've got a level 5 find on Ampharos' side, somewhere in the northeast. So all the dungeons getting found fairly quickly, other than the ones you want to find, which is 1 and 2.
And BT skipped clearing a double block room. I guess there was something about it that he knew that was not readily noticeable from just to the naked eye, and he finds a staircase shortly thereafter. And it's the red candle. Great find for him, having to purchase the candle.
Yeah, that's a big deal, especially if he ends up finding that wand in level 6. Again, you've got to dig for it, but there is that with the boomstick on the table, that makes it much more likely for him, as he has 69 extra rupees available to purchase that book. And with this being mixed HP as well, the red candle actually is not a bad find.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have super ropes or anything like that, but if we did, that would be the perfect weapon to combat them with.
Well, and 5 hearts and a green tunic, I'm using that against gorillas. I don't know about you, but gorillas are just nasty with low HP.
Yeah, and bubble rooms with wall masters, like the one that Jam just walked through. Red Candle's a great option there as well.
That is very true.
Yeah, and BT has a pretty good Triforce lead and mostly item lead on the other competitors that we're watching here, with one glaring exception, is that he did not pick up the any key in level 8.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to actually back up and pick up a key here, which in his case is not a bad choice. We'll see how it works out. We still have levels 1 and 2 left for them to find, which while they can be key heavy in usage, they're also key heavy in drops. So we'll see if he's able to manage without the any key here. Meanwhile, I believe BT will be running into level 4 soon as well up here in the northeast. And as you mentioned, he does have quite, I would say, the lead here, at least between the 4 people that we're watching. He has got 3 Triforces, he's got a white sword, he's got a lot of information. He does have the power bracelet now as well, so making quick work so far of this seed.
Now, is JSR in the same dungeon that Ampharos is in? They're both green, but I wasn't, and gave the hint, no feat of strength will save the princess. But I have not seen enough to know whether or not they're both in 5, or if did JSR find level 7. We not know it. Ooh, the recorder for Ampharos.
Sure. I'd have to see a couple more rooms. I'm not sure. It looks like it should be level 5 for JSR, and perhaps 7 for Ampharos. But I'd have to see maps to confirm.
Now we have 3 guys in a green dungeon. Ooh, and a dig dogger for JSR. He is not the one that picked up the recorder, so he'll have to leave that room alone. And now all 4 competitors.
Boy! If that isn't lemon cream pie of death, I don't know what else is. Or lime, I'm sorry. I meant to say lime, but I'm so distracted I said lemon.
Whew. If you weren't awake yet, looking at the screen, look at the screen now, and that'll get you going.
BT dying with the heart!
Oh!
Somebody clip that! That is amazing! Once again proving... the game will kill you before it takes into account that you've had any hearts. Even if you use a potion at the time of death, you will resurrect and you will be using a potion at the start screen. So this is where keys are going to end up being an issue for BT. While Jam, Evil, and Ampharos have got the Itty key, they're just blowing through these key doors. BT's having to take his time here and make sure that he doesn't use too many, and so he's got to take some different routing, which may or may not pay off for him. We'll have to see. And we do have a recorder find for BT now as well, so both Ampharos and BT are sitting pretty with pretty much everything but the raft to unlock screens on the overworld, so they have got access to pretty much everything but 2 spots.
And depending on how the overworld handles recorder spots, if they pick up the Triforce in 4, they would be able to unlock one of the 2 raft spots potentially.
That is true as well.
Looks like Jam's about to pick up the recorder as well.
Yeah, so this level 7, the Triforce is definitely playing a little bit of hide-and-go-seek here.
Oh, the Moblin has a magic shield on Death Mountain, learned by JSR.
Not the white sword item we're looking for, I think, but a good indicator if you haven't seen the book yet that Boomstick is in play.
Yeah. So it's kind of it gives you a couple of pieces of information all at once. Okay, so I had recorder marked as 5. Perhaps I should move it down to 7 now.
Yeah, and these 3 guys all looking for the Triforce in the same dungeon, and it's just not working out. There's a shoot room, level 3 shoot room in level 7. That's always fun to find.
Yeah. Looks like we've located a staircase that we had yet to see previously, and on Jam's side, maybe that can, maybe that could be crucial later down the road. Although, man, I don't know. I guess JSR kind of noped out, and he has discovered a dungeon along the southern coast. Looks like it might be level 4.
Yes, indeed. And so this is the one that contains the. I don't know. We never did see the item in here, did we?
No. To
we
my
might see
knowledge,
him nope out. This is pretty harsh. You got to clear this room to go anywhere, and this contains the Triforce. And I think the next room is pretty bad as well. Oh, silver arrows we're in for. Okay, I missed that. Thank you, chat.
Okay.
So silver arrows and red ring outside of 9. That's a big deal. And level 4 is a nasty dungeon here.
And those shuffled blue dark nuts, not doing anyone any favors.
Yeah, JSR not finding level 8 yet, so not having found that ladder is kind of a big deal here for him. He's going to get pincered here. It does get out, but man, this room is just not fun to fight dark nuts in.
Now I've noticed Jam up here using the rod to fight along in a river room, so he did not pick up the ladder when he was in 8, and he is going to miss out on a bomb wall.
Interesting. So he didn't get the ladder?
No. He got the magic key, but he did not get the ladder, and the compass is discovered along that path that Jam was unable to go to because of the ladder.
Yeah, 7-8. I mean, he's committed, but it's the Triforce room. It's not a bad call. The question's going to be, does he go up? It's a difficult choice because you don't want to re-clear this room, so he's not going to find silver arrows without re-clearing that room, which could be a big deal.
Man, that is quite the dilemma.
Meanwhile, this level 7 proving to be the demon indeed, as they are nearly full clearing this bad boy, trying to find the Triforce.
Oh, man.
Silvers were in 4, Jacober, and it's past that Dark Nut room that JSR just cleared with the reverse seat that dropped the Triforce, so going to be a little bit difficult for him to... looks like he's actually going back in, so wise call on his part. He'll end up getting the silver arrows here, which is a nice find. May or may not be required, but if you do find the bow, it does do 4 hearts worth of damage to those that are susceptible, so always nice to have.
Finally! Triforce pickup by none other than BT. How topical that the Triforce being recorder blocked in this dungeon where we picked up the recorder.
Very interesting. So he's got 4 Triforces now, and does have 4 keys. So I feel like right now he is for sure our leader, as he is, he's cleared a lot of dungeons that other people have not been to, and he's just, I don't know, he's got more coverage on the overworld so far as well.
JSR does successfully complete that heinous Dark Nut room once again, leaving there with 1 heart.
Yeah, 1 heart, uses his last key, does find another, but again, he's got. I don't know if this was ladder blocked. We know BT had the ladder going in here. I don't know if it was ladder blocked or not, but he does not have bombs to progress. So if he doesn't get a drop off of these Gyptos, this was all for naught.
Whew.
That is unfortunate.
This is usually the point in a race with JSR when I look to see what the expression on his face. Unfortunately, can't do that in this particular race, but I can only imagine the level of frustration with how that unfolded.
Very much so, and he does find level 3, but he doesn't have bombs. Luckily, he can go to the left, scroll back to the right, and unlock it that way. But we'll see BT make his way here to the White Sword Cave, which I don't know that we've seen what it's in there yet.
No, we have not.
I am the one who knocks.
It has a 25 rupee cover charge, is what it has in it.
Yeah, Jamet's sitting ridiculous amounts of cash. If he finds the book and he gets the boomstick, oh, but he buys the blue ring! Oh no!
I've seen this before. That seems to be Jam's standard play, although he has no idea that the boomstick was available.
Information indeed. That is, oh man. Blue ring, not a bad purchase. I can't say again, I disagree with that. It's mixed HP. You've got 5 hearts right now. Not a bad thing, but man, boomstick makes it so easy to do dungeons in Wizrobes. And as Zarnax42 says, red ring incoming.
Yeah. Oh, me. He wouldn't be upset with the red ring, other than outside of the opportunity cost given up by purchasing the blue one. And we did see that the two bomb spots along the river that are accessible only by using the ladder contained nothing of use for Breasticle. Oh, and we have level 9 discovered in the Green Woods by Jam.
It'll be interesting to see BT's routing. He finds 2 Takenis in a row, so crushing on hearts right now. Looks like he's going to go to Death Mountain. Now, we got to remember, he does have the recorder and the power bracelet, so he's got to do a little bit of backtracking to get to some of those recorder spots, but it looks like he's going to spend his bombs up here first, which is a wise choice. I don't know that we've seen anybody make their way up here yet, and he's covered the majority of the overworld otherwise. And there's the book.
It is a sultry 216 rupees. I did not see... Did he up an A before he did this? So that he could retry and get all his bombs back if he didn't find anything?
No, he did not.
Okay.
But it's interesting. He sees the book. He's got 151. Again, I don't think he's going to dig level 6, though. He's got most of what he needs to complete the seed here. He does need a bow, but knowing that levels 1 and 2 are still left, I just don't see him spending the time unless he just runs across it.
Yeah.
However, with a quick any road there, it could be pretty easy to get back there to pick up that book if he ends up with enough rupees.
Oh, he finds the magical shield.
And Ampharos picks up a blue ring as well. So we've got 2 people well equipped with 5 hearts and a blue ring. And BT, meanwhile, making his way up there with 8 hearts. And a level 2 find on Jam Evil's side. I missed where this was, but good find on his part. And BT gonna just buy arrows. That's confusing. Okay, so if silver arrows were in 4, and BT found silver arrows, why did he just buy regular arrows? Did BT just pull a Dragon Dark?
I have yet to see the silver arrows, so I cannot speak to whether or not he located them.
I'm pretty sure that he has got them, as he was the only one that had found level 4 at the time, unless we were getting information from different racers. So BT did not find silvers, so where did we get the information that silvers were in 4?
I didn't know if Ampharos had been in 4 or not.
I don't think Ampharos has made his way to the coast area yet, so I don't believe he's been there.
Fair point, because if he had been to the coast, he probably would.
So somebody that's off stream has gotten silver arrows. That would be Matrick.
Okay.
So BT does not have them. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you for clarifying, chat. You can't just say silver arrows are in 4 and then not give us the context that somebody else that's off stream found them.
So, we had that. Yeah, and you make a point that yeah, if Ampharos had gone to the coast yet, he would have picked up the white sword.
So we find out Matrick and Zeal have got the silver arrows, which again BT's already finished for. JSR's already finished for. They're not going back there. That could be a big deal.
Yeah.
Provided Ganon is, of course, required. And there it is! It was called Bizarnex Red Ring in level 2.
Oh, Jam, I love you, but man, you gotta be sick after that.
Got to love it. Not if you're Jam, but for us, it's great. Oh, I mean, you're so happy to find it, but you're just kind of like, why? Especially when he sees that book, he's just going to be like, I got a boomstick and red ring? Come on, game.
Oh, yeah, it would have been game over at that point. He's got the any key, boomstick, and red ring. I mean, what else is there to even worry about?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't found level 4 yet, so he'd be able to get the silvers out of there. We do get a hint that the raft is in level 1.
Seems about right at this point.
And to answer the question, it looks like Jam Sprite might be a naked Jam.
Yeah, his file name was Beardy McNudeface or something like, or Nudie McBeardface or something like that. So, with the information we have, it is possible that the 2 items in 9 are the twin bananas.
Yeah, we're just missing the item out of 5 right now, and the other item out of 1, which one of those has got to be the bow.
Yeah, unfortunately, if the red ring had been in 9, this would have been a little extra bit of a troll for everyone except for Jam, because the guys who did not dig the silver arrows out of 4 would have no idea.
So we're getting information from chat that the other item in level 1 is the bow, and the boomerang was in level 5, as per a hint. So what would that leave us there in level 9?
One of the nanners, and a heart container?
That sounds correct to me.
Great items in level 9.
Yeah, fantastic. So Jam Evil looks like he is going to search level 4. Turns out this will be a fantastic option, as he's the only one, at least on our stream, that's found the red ring thus far. So giving him the information that silver arrows could in fact be out of level 9, and I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised when he finds them in level 4.
Yeah. However, he is also the only one who does not have the ladder, if that turns out to be an issue. Or I don't know, JSR may not, but he went into a room and was ladder blocked. I don't know if that was part of the path to the silver arrows or not. I don't think it was, though, because I know this level 4, you know, you kind of have to snake your way up it to get anywhere.
Oh, and BT finds the wand and knows where the book is, just needs 112 sweet rupees to make the magical room.
Yeah, to be fair, he's probably discovered 90% of the door repairs at this point as well. It seems like he's hit a lot of them.
Yeah, I think the main problem is going to be, I believe that level 6 was blocked, ladder blocked, I believe, perhaps. So that might be a thing. I mean, we have had ladderless seeds, but boy, with randomized dungeon rooms, I never want to count on it.
No.
And a level 1 find at the desert just north of level 8.
I was just about to say, Ampharo's checking those desert spots. I've got a feeling level 1's going to be there with how much they've explored. And there is the silver arrows in 4 for Jam.
Way up there.
Well, now
So
he has
quite...
to,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
so he has to clear that Dark Knight room again. But having the red ring makes it slightly easier potentially for him.
Oh, and the wand as well, so
Yeah.
it makes a lot of quick work. It's an interesting, dichotomy that we have here, right? We've got somebody without the any key, somebody without the ladder, 2 of them that have been in 4 and not gotten the silver arrows, and JSR that is unfortunately looking a little bit lost. We'll see if he gets caught up, but it's an interesting mix getting to watch 4 people and saying, okay, well, this could really screw this guy, and a BT gets the Triforce out of level 6. He is just making quick work so far.
Yeah. There's only one thing that he has done that would keep me from saying he is head and shoulders ahead of everyone else right now, and that is the fact that he does not have the silver arrows, and there is always that possibility, 50% possibility, in fact, that is a 100% necessary item.
And a bow find over on Ampharos' side, so good for him.
Good for him, except for the one missing piece that he has as well, the same one as BT.
Right. But he hasn't been to level 4 yet, so chances are he'll check it. Now, the question will be if he finds level 2 first and thinks, okay, is this worth my time? As he's already found the bow, he's got the ladder, he's got all 3 items to explore the overworld. He may be feeling like he is in go mode right now. So if he finds level 2 before he finds level 4 and sees that red ring, he might think he might want to check. But otherwise, I feel like he's just going to grab that Triforce early and get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if you have as many things as Ampharos does right now and haven't seen the red ring or silver arrow, you have no reason to think they aren't there. I mean, you have no reason to think they are in 9 in their normal place.
Boy, that white sword being, I guess it was the next screen. I was going to say, it was really invisible, but he was already a screen up, so that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, so Jam does need to get the ladder, as it is required for level 6. So this is a big deal for him. I mean, while he's got the silver arrows and all the other stuff, you can't finish the dungeon without it. And we have another Triforce already on BT's side. I believe that's level 5.
Yes, see, because he did get the 1 out of 7, so...
So 6 Triforces for him now. Just has to find level 1 and level 2, which, as we know, are on the burn spot, which it looks like I don't think he's burned the forest yet. And then he's obviously got to do the whistle location. So should be quick find for him.
Yeah. We have Ampharos in 2. Let's see if he discovers the red ring.
Yeah, we'll see if he digs for the item. It's 2. I can't imagine not checking for the item here, but he is a big proponent of once you get the things you need to get going. He's got a white sword, a blue ring. He's got all the other goodies. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it on the ground or did you have to clear the room?
It was on the ground, but I think it was a ways up. But again, funny note. He's the one who bought the blue ring, and he's the next one on our screen to find the red ring. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, so BT gonna make his rounds on Candle Row here. Has 156 rupees. Is a sweet 60 short of that fantastic boomstick. So we will see if he finds that soon enough. And we do have a Triforce get on Ampharos' side.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go back in.
No.
Oh.
That is, in some ways, fortunate. In some ways, very, very unfortunate. He would, like I said, you hate to see the red ring right after you've bought the blue ring, but that knowledge that the silver arrows aren't necessarily in 9 makes you start to second guess how things are going. And Jam discovers the book now.
Yeah, unfortunate. Not nearly enough money, but it's going to pick up a hint. It says to play a melody to obtain the bow, which should be an indicator that level 1 is under a recorder spot.
That's not a bad hint.
JSR finally locating level 8, which we know to contain the ladder. And Ampharos, I'm telling you, he's not going to go find those silver arrows. So missing the red ring and the silver arrows here for Ampharos. If Ganon ends up being required, this will be quite the interesting finish, I think. I really want to see Ganon required. I mean, like, you know, these are some of our top runners here, and I want to see how they react to that and where they go next. It can be a big difference. We've got people that have got a bow and silver arrows already, and you know, Ampharos doesn't know, BT doesn't know if he finds the red ring, but I don't think he's going to search level 2 that long either. So, you know, it'll be interesting.
Now we're in the room of decision for Ampharos right now. If he does not make the discovery in here, if he picks up the Triforce, and you know, like you said, judging by his playstyle in the past, you got to think he thinks he's got everything he needs out of the dungeons prior to level 9.
Well, and you know, he left 2 really quickly, and then you're clearing a blue dark room, and here's the Triforce. I'm not going to go search anything. I wouldn't do it either.
So far, the only one of these 4 that has the silver arrows is the one who cannot complete all the dungeons.
That is correct. It's fantastic. Like, you just can't make this up.
Oh, man.
So you gotta hope Ganon's not required if you're Ampharos and you're BT. I think, you know, not even that. You know, BT and Ampharos will both go back to level 2 before they go to level 4. So you're looking at a good, you know, 4 to 5 minute time sink there just to find the silver arrows if they end up being required. And BT does locate level 1.
How many more Triforces does BT need at this point? I mean, oh yeah, this is his first time in 1, and he has yet to be to level 2.
That's it.
Is that it? Yeah.
Oh man, he's so close. He can taste it. I know he wants that boomstick, and you've got an anti-road right to it. That would be such a huge advantage for him overall. Just because with Wizrobes, I don't know that we know the hit points. We've seen some Vires, but I don't know that we've had any Wizrobe combat yet. But just the ability to, at range, blow them up.
Yeah. JSR picking up the any key, leaving us with BT being the only one without the magical key. I did not see whether or not JSR got the ladder yet. He may have taken that first staircase right before the ladder and missed out on it.
Yeah, JSR unfortunately having a little bit of a struggle this game as he has not been able to get too deep into some of the dungeons. Fortunately, level 8 having the any key and the ladder available kind of starts to unlock this siege. You can get the white sword, you could finish level 6, you don't have to worry about key doors and river rooms. Makes traversing dungeons a lot faster.
Yeah, it's a great dungeon to find first, that as several of our competitors did.
I think you're right. I think it's that one room up the spine that has the ladder that he skipped. So we might see a close to full clear here for JSR. Looking for that ladder.
Okay, so the red Wizrobes take more hits than usual, it looks like, because I know he took several swings with the white sword there.
Yes, they do take more than normal, or at least close to normal. BT, I think he had the hint for the raft, did he not? He did not, so he did go search for the extra item, but he just had a few rooms left. We'll see if he checks level 2 or not once he finds it. But I wonder if he's forgot about that burn bush, because I think he's burned every bush. But what is the second quest vanilla level 8 bush?
Oh, the one over, yeah. The one close to vanilla level 8 from first quest.
Yes, that is correct. The awkward to burn bush.
Yes. Oh.
The clip bush.
BT admitting defeat there, purchasing bombs, buying 4 for the price of 14 rupees.
Gambles and gets 57!
Oh, man!
The MVP play! And then buys a 44 rupee hint! Are you kidding me right now? What?
Oh! Yes, take a seat over there. Please.
I am so confused! You have Boomstick buying any road, and you spend 140 rupees on hints!
Oh, man.
What? Gambles against 57 again, why not? And does it twice in a row, he's got the Boomstick! What is this game?
4 straight successful gambles. It's always B, apparently.
What? Let's just go blow all our money and get it all back in 5 seconds. Why not?
Oh man. If he finds the red ring in here, he's not even gonna have to think about purchasing the blue ring.
I'm him. I go buy the book. I don't even think about it.
I'm just saying that's one less thing to stop him, because obviously everything possible is going to stop him at this point, and he's gonna keep lucking into it anyway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just rooting for somebody to please pick up the boomstick. And
we know JSR and Ampharos don't have wand yet, so they're not even worrying about it. And Ampharos will never check level 6 for the wand.
Yeah.
Oh man, BT does not find the red ring, but oh my goodness, with boomstick, who cares? That is unbelievable. I cannot believe he got 3 large ones in a row and another one.
Although apparently JSR is saving his money for something, because he found a bomb upgrade and chose not to purchase it.
I'm done.
He bought the blue ring. There's that.
Maybe he'll go gamble again. We'll see.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I'd have bought the boomstick.
Twice,
but blue ring is nice. It's out of the way to go get the boomstick. And he's heading into level 9 right now, so not necessarily a bad choice. I still would have went and bought the boomstick though. Oh man. BT just tugging on the heartstrings of everybody here.
What I really want is for him to go into one of these staircases and discover one of the items in 9.
Yeah, I mean, the major problem for him is that if he finds Zelda early and starts digging for the items, it could take a while. I know my luck, I find all 6 staircases before I find anything useful. Yeah,
one of the rooms he was just in led me to wonder, could the Ganon fight take place in a shoot room?
No, that is not possible. It is not possible for Ganon to be in any room where it could be impossible for you to pick up the Triforce after you kill him. So that is not a valid room. As well as a couple of other rooms, the level 4 maze room, the diagonal block room, things like that are not eligible.
Okay.
Most rooms with blocks are not eligible unless it's the single block or the double block room, just because he could be killed inside the block and you would not be able to get it without a Triforce or without a block clip.
Gotcha. I figured there was some sort of workaround in that, but when I saw BT in the shoot room, it was like, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be horrible. I don't know how I would deal with that. BT does have a potion as well, which he must have picked up from a take-any, so sitting pretty here. We'll still trying to figure out if we can find the Zelda. And it looks like, according to chat, our next in line is TGE, Putz, and Amazing Ampharos with 6 Triforces each.
Wait. JSR has the boomstick. When did that happen?
He must have gotten the purchase. That's a big deal. That could bring this back for him here.
Unfortunately, he did not get the ladder out of 8.
Oh Man.
Or wait, no, this is wait,
right
this is
there
TG.
too.
I take that back. This is TGE. They swapped him in.
TG. Okay.
Okay.
Man, I'm so confused. I can read. I promise.
All of a sudden, I saw Link was a Dark Nut, and I was like, wait, that's not JSR.
Yeah, Boomstick for TGE is a big deal. He's a big proponent of that, and it's going to allow him to make his way quickly through these. Unfortunately, if JSR did not find that ladder in level 8, like Jam did not, with it being so close to start, that is very unfortunate because it is, again, a required item to finish level 6, and you got to wonder how long they're going to search for that item.
And if you had any questions about how difficult this seed has been, here we are with some of the finest Zelda randomizer players known to man, 50 minutes in, and one guy is in level 9?
One guy is in level 9. And he didn't buy the
he doesn't have the silver arrows.
And he doesn't have the silver arrows either, yes. Which we know to be outside of level 9. So again, these guys gotta hope for a non-forest Ganon, or I think level 4 would be the second place BT will go to check, but it will again cost quite a few minutes to go back and check those places, so...
Yeah, it's going to level 2 first, but, because it's close by and smaller, but...
Orange Wizropes are 4 sword hits with the white sword?
So they may be 7 HP? It's an awful lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. A Bowfine for Jam, and a death for BT.
Patra in a darkened NSU room.
And unfortunately, BT is out of bombs. Again, while he's trying to kill those orange Wizropes, which have got a ton of hit points. I think wisely taking the stairs here at the start.
I wonder if there's some item that could have helped him if he ran out of bombs, HN.
You know, it's possible, except the staircase just takes him right up the column he's already been in, so it takes him right back to this Patra room. Gotta wonder if he's gonna use one of those potion charges. It's difficult to say just because you might have to up an A, but you know, taking a lot of deaths can be costly as well. And TG making great use out of the boomstick on the Tridongo room.
Does a great job. BT did a great job that time taking out the Patra, and Jam is back in level 8. This could be huge for him.
Yeah, gotta find that ladder just one room up from the other staircase. Probably gonna be one of those forehead slap moments, but you know, finding it is a big relief.
And he will then have the ladder and the silver arrows. Wait, as long as he goes into the staircase. Okay, he's just clearing out the. Is he gonna try to go right here? He is. All right.
Maybe he thinks he's already been in that staircase, which would be unfortunate. Nephros getting the Triforce out of, I believe it's level 5. It does seem that Jam believes he's been in both of those staircases. Oh, here it is.
No.
Wait, I'm really confused right now.
Are there 3 in a row?
Staircases.
Oh, man. Maybe seeing if there's a 4th one.
He does have the Triforce, yes?
I thought so. I certainly
does not have the Triforce. That is the Triforce room. Well, if you up an aid, that thing would be there. I don't know. I'm confused right now. It seems he's item searching, and he walked by 3 staircases, which he believes he's been in all 3 of. Very unfortunate. And we do have a TGE in 9 with a boomstick. I do not know if he has silver arrows or not, but I don't see him with the red ring, so that again could play a factor.
Yeah, if he's got the silver arrows, though, you think, you know, as they say hello to each other in this shoot room, you gotta think boomstick would give him the advantage of however much time that BT has in 9 of exploration over him. the fact that he has the boomstick would maybe put him over the edge in terms of advantage if he does in fact have the silver arrows as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a debate, right? So TGE does not have a blue ring, which means he takes a lot more damage. But he's got a boomstick, which means he clears rooms super fast, and he does not have to worry about the issue that BT has right now, which is, I don't have any bombs, and he's not able to get anywhere without bombs right now, is the major problem. So he's up and A-ing so that he can kill orange wizardropes to try to get some bombs here. I can't imagine that TG didn't get the bow out of level 1. It was on the way to the Triforce.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jam searching high and wide in this level 8, not taking the staircase that had the ladder in it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's one of those things where this seed's been really frustrating. You're looking for the item, you know, all over the place. You're trying to find the ladder, and he thinks he's found it, and he's going to find that this was the transport staircase, I believe, which is going to take him right back to start, which is really wants to be, but he just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, man.
Yeah, BT taking another death. That the spiral staircase is a horrid place for wizards to be.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's just nowhere to go.
And again, at this point, he needs bombs to go pretty much anywhere, so he's got to kill some orange wizards. Meanwhile, TGE just kind of zooming through the dungeon with his boomstick.
And full complement of bombs, because...
Who needs them?
Who needs them? He gets bomb drops and doesn't have to use them for anything.
Dimitrik, the boomstick is a modification in the randomizer where the book has been fire has been replaced with the ability to explode like a bomb.
Thereby making perhaps the most useless item in the game an almost game breaker.
In this kind of a seed, I would say it is a game breaker, because Wizrobe HP is not kind. They're not dropping bombs. BT does get into the spiral staircase, but again, just ends up in a room where he's got to have bombs to make any progress. And again, these orange Wizrobes are taking 4 hits a piece, meaning they have 7 or 8 hit points. That's just nasty.
Jam just went into the staircase that had the magic key, which is right above the staircase that has the ladder. He's finally going to find it. And he can say goodbye to this dungeon forever.
Yeah, super late find for him, unfortunately. BT does get some bombs, makes his way into another room just to find out that he may not be able to get out.
Yeah, and you've searched far and wide for bombs. You hate to go into the first room you go into and use them all up and come away empty-handed. He is holding on to those potions for dear life, that's for certain.
Yeah, again, I don't say that I blame him, right? Because he's got to find a path that's going to be useful for him to go somewhere before I think he's going to be willing to expend potion charges. Because if you just got to keep up and A-ing to find bombs, it's just, there's no point in wasting your potion.
Yeah. I still have we seen TGE's menu to see whether or not he has the silver arrows? Because Lord knows he's not switching off of the boomstick as his B item.
I don't think he's menued yet. I think blue Wizrobes have got 4 hits and orange Wizrobes have got 4 hits. That's kind of comical. So TGE has no arrows according to our chat, which is interesting. So again, the dichotomy of our group here is just a little bit of who's going to get the right flags to get lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, for everybody,
at this point,
Jam,
I'd say at this point, Jam might be. If Jam can get some good bomb management, I think he might be our. He might be the only one of this group of 4 that.
Boom!
Oh, never mind. Ganon not required. Ganon
not required. Bresticle finishes in first place with a time of 59:16.
With half a heart.
One half heart.
And one bomb.
Wow, so both TGE and Ampharos gonna be happy to know that. Unfortunately, TGE having a little bit of struggle here as he keeps dying, even with the boomstick, but wow, that is amazing. And we do have a sub in with Putz12, who I believe is looking for perhaps one last location here. Yeah, BT just, again, proving his prowess here and just moving through the seed quickly. He did find the ladder early. He chose not to dig extra dungeons, which is what you got to do in a race of this caliber. You just got to make the gamble and hope it works, and it just turns out that no Ganon was needed this time. It looks like Putz has made his way through Death Mountain. I'm not sure what dungeon it is he's still looking for. I haven't seen his menu, but Jam is back in level 6 and will be able to complete this dungeon as he will be able to get the Triforce down with the ladder. And meanwhile, we have TGE and Ampharos still making their way through level 9.
It is quite the journey, although it has been proven by BT that you do not have to have unlimited bombs to be able to find, or unlimited keys, for that fact, to be able to find the to be able to find Zelda. So very fortunate on his part that that the flags worked out just well enough in the Zelda location for him not to hit his 2 biggest blocks potentially that he had.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like the way to unlock this level 9 is to go through the spiral staircase and then make some bomb choices out of that. Outside of that, it just looks like it's just a big trap where you can't really get out of the first 3 or the first 3 or 4 columns here. But looks like perhaps Greenleaf has got some places to go.
Yeah, it could turn into a situation where, is it possible that the blue ring is just as potentially crucial of an item as the boomstick? It certainly allowed BT to work his way through some combat situations that TG might not be as fortunate to do in these Wizrow rooms.
Yeah, Putz collecting 2 additional hearts. It looks like he might be making a play for Magical Sword. We had a jam going into level 9. Now we don't have a jam in level 9. We have a Zyre coming up.
Yeah. Although Putz is not going in the direction of the Magical Sword currently. Perhaps. I don't know if he has located it yet or not. I believe it was in the grave, though.
Yeah, so Jam just entered level 9. Meanwhile, we switch over to Winged Zyre, who has got quite a bit of more exploration thus far.
Is in that dreaded spiral staircase room.
And TG, as Chad is pointing out, is struggling a little bit without a ring here. So again, even with Boomstick, these shuffled HP Wizrobes are extremely difficult to deal with. We will see if we can... The kidnapped guard the compass.
What?
That has got to be the best hint I've ever seen. I don't know that I've ever seen that, but that is fantastic.
What?
The princess guards the compass. It is true.
That's not a whole lot of help.
So again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Putz is doing. You'll have to tell me whether or not what his Triforce count is. I don't know what his Triforce count is. He may have all of them. He may not. But he is searching around the overworld like he's looking maybe perhaps for another dungeon. And TGE taking another death, and meanwhile we do have Ampharos get into the correct staircase here.
Oh!
Just half a heart though.
Man, so close. Powering his way through, and we've discovered Ganon on Zyre's side.
And in the Double River room.
Yeah, he has the silvers. Double river room.
Ooh, and not 0 HP.
Oh, and A double finding a bomb wall out of this Wizrobe room after the spiral staircase. If he can, if that's the path, we could be looking at another completion soon.
This is the path. I believe you go down a couple of times and head to the left. And you'll run right into Zelda. And I believe, according to chat, Putz is looking for level 9 as we do a quick tag in and move back over to Jam Evil.
Alright. Ganon down on Zyre's side. Oh! Just making his way out of that Wizrobe beam, out of the way of that Wizrobe beam was A double.
These guys are both really close. I think this is the room here. Ambro's gonna duck into the staircase, head out, but Wing Zyre gonna head to the left. I believe the next room is Zelda.
Oh.
Oh man, we got a potion. Through the door.
Both going through at the same time.
The meat drop, we have a 1 second time difference.
Oh. Oh, Ampharos's clock is earlier, but I don't know if he actually finished first.
The dot done is 1 second after Winged Zyre. Holy cow.
It's a good thing this was not the they were not the 6th and 7th people to finish.
Yeah, that meat drop might have come back to bite him if he would end up being number 7.
It looks like Jam's on the correct path as well.
Yes, indeed. Wow, that is crazy. I was almost hoping it'd be a tie, just so we could say we had it some tie, but 1 second is fantastic. In a seed like this, that is crazy.
Oh, Jam almost went the right way. Now turns upward and finds Ganon.
He does have... He's double-checking, right? You don't know if you need him or not. You find him, he's already got the silvers, so this is a good call on his part.
Yeah. Jam getting the stun lock. Looks like he's going to go down pretty quickly in 8 hits. Well done for Jam. Now, the question is which way he turns from here.
Resticle dropping a comment in IRC that Unos is my gambling spirit animal.
Oh, Jam looks committed to working his way around the tea room here.
Yeah, unfortunately does take the wrong path, which is, you know, I think he's going to be okay. TGE is still unfortunately struggling super hard here with 3 hearts. At this point, you're pretty close to a fairy fountain. Do you head out? You got 78 rupees. I don't know if he's got letter, but unfortunately just taken a ton of deaths here at level 9. And he was probably the contender for first place about 10 minutes ago and has just slowly fallen behind.
Yeah. We've seen the importance of being able to, you know, just the fact of the blue ring. Every time you die in level 9, if you have the blue ring, you have twice as much health as your opponent. If you have the red ring, you have 4 times as much health as your opponent in that situation. And no amount of unlimited bombs will change how much damage a Wizrobe does when he hits you.
That is very true. Jam's still taking the wrong path. Putz on the wrong path. We do have a JSR tag in here. He is in level 2. We'll see if he finds that red ring. Do not know how many Triforces he has, but you have to assume he's probably close to the end at this point, as most of these guys found level 2 pretty late.
Yeah, level 2 was definitely not an early find for anybody. He does pick up the Triforce, so it looks like the red ring discovery is becoming more and more rare in this seed.
Yeah, and TGE on the right path. If he goes down, he just does not know it yet. And JSR does get his final Triforce and is going to head to level 9 with a magical sword. So a little bit of an advantage there. I mean, keep in mind, we've had 3 finishers. Only 3 of the 4 people on your screen will advance to the elimination round. So at this point, it's just a matter of who finds the path first.
Wow. When you put it that way, it becomes a lot more intense watching these guys, realizing that at this point, not every one of these can make it.
Yeah, both Jam and TGE taking the incorrect path thus far. We'll see if they make their way back to the correct location as TGE gets trapped in yet another really bad Wizrobe room, and we'll see if he manages to get out of here without the death.
He's using that boomstick to keep him at bay as best as he can.
Yeah, the nice thing about the boomstick with a bubble in the room is you can use the bubble for a iframe buffer as you just spam out the beams to blow up everything in the room.
JSR just went into a spiral staircase.
That is the correct path. You need to go to the spiral staircase, bomb down, go down 5 rooms, and then go left twice. We got some freeze frame action for you right now, so take it in.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was me. I guess it's not, though.
And guess what room they're all going to be in when we come back up? We'll have 3 of them walking into Zelda's room at the same time or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The suspense is real, folks.
I know we joke about crazy flags and things like this, but we really could not have asked for a better setup for this race-off. It was a tremendous test of skill for the runners, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that might have been better would have been Ganon being required.
Yeah. Which
would have completely changed how this works, because our first, well, 2 of the first 3 people would have not been able to finish. So that would have put Wing Zyre in first place, with Jam coming in and the ability to be second, as we don't have silver arrows on anybody else, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a crazy dynamic of this, that you made the gamble, right? And they made the right choice, because neither of them saw, or none of them saw, the silver arrows or red ring, because they didn't choose to dig the dungeons because they found them late. Mm-hmm. So you just assume they're going to be in 9. It's a 75% chance. If we, I stopped counting after 50 runs, but it was right at 75% chance for the silvers to be in 9. So yeah. You just assume that it is, and if not, you hope Ganon isn't required.
Yeah, and it looks like Jam walked his way back to the spiral staircase room before this latest freeze took place on my end. Could be, if he can get back in there, could be a critical moment for him, as no one else seems to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we do not have another dot done in IRC thus far, so when we get back, we'll see how close these guys are to being finished. It looks like we've got 2, possibly 3 other people, other than the 4 we're watching, already in level 9. So again, this is anybody's game.
The suspense at this point, combined with the fact that we had a little bit of a freeze up. Oh.
It looks like we do have another dot done in IRC.
Oh, Jam! Jam has found her.
Evil.
Jam found the girl. And for the rating purposes of this stream, fortunately, she is wearing more clothes than Jam's sprite is. So far we have Breasticle, Winged Zyre, and Jam Evil completing this seed. Is that all we got so far? I'm not in the IRC, so...
That is correct. And Putz is close, and you gotta feel... Man, if TGE does not finish in the top 6, what a heartbreaker. He was one of the first people in 9. He had Boomstick. He had such an advantage. But again, maybe proving that the blue ring was the right purchase.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was the second guy in, if I remember correctly. So we now have Matt Trick on our screen taking Jam's place. Oh, and a death on Putz's end. May not be the worst thing, other than the fact that he too is trying to tackle this level 9 with a green tunic.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I mean, we know the path to Zelda, right? You've got to take the spiral staircase. It doesn't look other than maybe a bomb wall that TGE's found, like there's any other way out. And unfortunately, it's one of those rough rooms where you're not going to take the time to try to go on that staircase because it's a bad room, right? You don't want to fight that room.
Yeah, we just watched JSR and TGE both pass by it, and, you know. Not that the room next to it is any better, but...
yeah, indeed. So, I mean, I think there might be another path to Zelda, but it's definitely not any easier, and Putz takes another death to a Wizard Beam.
Yeah. So Putz also having the boomstick. At this point, you know, it almost seems like all of the things that we've said about the boomstick are not true. You know, as we've seen, we've seen the competitors who purchased a ring finish, while the other guys who had the boomstick are struggling to get through these Wizrobe heavy rooms with only 3 hearts.
Yeah, not having a potion really hurts. And again, you know, we saw BT struggle a little bit trying to find bombs, but when he finally found them, he did pick the correct path. And again, these guys have been on the right path. TGE's been there. Putz has been there. Putz, I believe, is on the correct path again. You just got to keep going down.
Yep. Oh, and we have TGE finding himself in that tea room that Jam was in when he taking a slight wrong turn on the technically correct path. And when he pulled up his map there, it's like he's been all over where Zelda is, and just has not been able to find it.
Literally to every room but hers in the south or in the southwest there. Unfortunately, it may be the only path is through that staircase and from the north. We'll have to find out.
As JSR has purchased a potion and is now filling up at a fairy fountain, he's trying to make himself as well equipped as possible for this level 9 attempt. He's got the blue ring, the magical sword, red potion, and 13 hearts and 8 bombs. And the almighty key.
Hey, the best hint so far, and I don't know if it was you who saw it, was the kidnapped guards the compass. The best hint you could possibly find in the game. Matrick, I guess here, he is going to leave as well. It looks like he's going to go get a heart refill, which again, not a bad choice. Maybe buy some bombs. Only white sword. Again, this is a rough 9. There's what it looks like to be maybe one, possibly an alternate path. Putz is so close. I don't know if you just can't bomb into her room anyway, or walk into her room anyway, but from the left or what? I don't know. I guess it would be right into her room, but you're walking left.
Yeah.
And at this point, we've got the majority of the racers in level 9. So while you see 4 on your screen, this is anybody's game for the last 2 spots. I mean, this is intense. And TGE dies again. At this point, you got to think he's frustrated. I don't know. It's just he's been so close, but so many deaths.
Oh, and Putz finding the heart container in a staircase in level 9. Cover your ears, folks, if you're watching him. And JSR dancing all around that spiral staircase room. It is clear that that is not a room that our runners are interested in finishing it, if all possible.
Yeah, and again, it seems like with the way that Putz is navigated here, I'm pretty sure, unless he could, the room that you could go, I think it's up and, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know exactly where she's at, but he is so close.
Yeah, he needed to go left a couple more times from where he just was, I think.
JSR is clearing this room. Wise choice.
Yeah.
It's not going to respawn, and this is going to head him in the correct direction.
Yeah, that bubble being in there is really this room's saving grace, especially if you have the wand.
Yeah, TGE, little does he know, it needs to, and I think maybe he's figured out at this point that he needs to clear that spiral staircase room. Meanwhile, off-stream, we have got an amazing toaster finish in 5th place.
All right.
Only one spot remains to enter the elimination round.
Wow. And JSR, he took the wrong path out of the staircase room. Hopefully he will bomb down for his sake. Yes, he will. He could be well on his way to finishing here if he can make it through a couple of rooms here. What a comeback for him that would be. He was the last of these guys to make his way into level 9.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's such a weird winding path to get to her. If he goes down a couple of times and just goes left, he's got it.
He's making the right moves. And he definitely has the least amount of level 9 cleared of our competitors.
He's gonna check the staircase. Is he gonna take it? He's going left.
Oh man. Oh man.
He's going left.
Keep going left, buddy. You've got someone.
Come back.
TGE right on his tail, but he takes the staircase. Wow.
The comeback kid JSR takes the 6th place.
Wow.
Matrick so close behind.
Oh man. That diamond staircase right before Zelda trolling everybody.
Yeah, unfortunately, and TGE was so close the whole time,
and
but
he
just
could
could not find his way through.
He was in that staircase room and took the staircase. Oh man, he sees that. I'm sure at this point he sees the dot done, and knows that his tournament is over. Matrick finishing out for posterity in 7th place. Just a tremendous race today. How this has been amazing. And we see on Amazing Toaster screen maybe one of the keys to him sneaking in there. Only 5 deaths. That is a pretty small amount for what this seed had to provide for us.
We got Isolated 999 and Janice Zeal up now as well, and it seems like I'm going to say 100% certain at this point the only way to Zelda is through the spiral staircase. Look at Plutz's map. He has discovered everything but the room next to Zelda and Zelda.
And he's in the staircase room right now.
And he passes it up.
So usually when we refer to a magical staircase in a level 9 in these randomizer races, we're talking about one that takes you like almost literally or literally straight into Zelda's room. However, in this situation, still kind of a magical staircase in that it is the one way it appears to make it to where you have to go. And was the girl in the other eye? She wasn't that far up north though, was she? Because that would be some unique symmetry, with the spiral staircase being in the eye on the right side from our viewing purposes.
Yeah, I believe she is in the other eye, because Butts has been everywhere but there. He should be able to go up, and this should be... Man, he's so close. Maybe she's not in the other eye.
No, I guess... No, I guess
she's one left from the eye.
Okay.
Which I thought Putz had discovered. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the one left.
So it's a straight walk.
Find it.
So you could just straight walk to her? Because he didn't go through the staircase, did he? I feel like he just walked to her, because he did not come around like the other guys did earlier, did he? Maybe he did. Maybe I missed that spot. So Putz 12, our next competitor to complete this giant race we've had today. I believe it was the 8th or 9th to complete. Let's see if we could maybe sub in next, as we now watch Isolated 999 and Janice Zeal both battling it out in level 9, while Zarby 89, I believe, he's in level 5. I guess, makes it a lot easier since the map is there. And now we're getting Zeb Gedney, try to get Zeb Gedney loaded up into the stream. He is in level 9 as well. So just a ton of guys in level 9 as we were reaching the completion of the race for our first 6 finishers. Just goes to show you how tight this race was, and in general how tight the tournament was all the way through. Had tons of guys in this race-off that very easily could have been in the knockout rounds already.
Oh, for sure, and a lot of it has to do with the pairings and stuff throughout. I mean, you ended up with some really, really good people in the race-off, and it's just unfortunate that some of them are not going to be able to make it through. Meanwhile, we do have a finish on Janice Zeal's side. He finds the spiral staircase and finishes up in 9th place.
As Zeb Gedney, using a potion in the spiral staircase room, perhaps could be crucial for him, as, if it's what it takes to get through this room, definitely the right play.
Yeah, and I think it became quite obvious that there was really no way out, other than that spiral staircase, out of that portion of the dungeon. So, it's one of those things that everybody's going to leave till the end because nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I thought Putz. I didn't see Putz take the staircase before he found the princess, but it may have just been an issue with my stream. I was wondering if he had actually found a straight walk to Zelda. Unfortunately for Zeb Gedney, no bombs in this room, as Isolated 999 finishes in 10th place. That is very unfortunate for Zeb Gedney, who was on the right track, on the right path, just did not have the bombs he needed in order to continue his path towards Zelda.
Yeah, bombs again proving... Again, it's just one of those questions, we saw unfortunately TGE with the boomstick not be able to make his way to Zelda due to the difficulty of the rooms. We've seen people run out of bombs and not be able to finish as well. But, then we saw, BT had the good middle ground where he got the bomb drops, he had the blue ring, and he managed to find the girl first. Yeah,
he was the first one to, he was the first one in 9, which helped. And he was also just happened to be the first one to try taking that correct path through the spiral staircase, and the gamble proving successful, going into level 9, not having the silver arrow, not having the red ring, not having the boomstick, goes to show sometimes all you need is the right path.
Yeah, Zeb wisely picking up some bombs here. Again, the orange Wizrobes being lots of difficulty to kill, and the Vires not going down in a white sword hit make bomb location quite difficult. And we do have a wand find on Zarby's side. I'm interested to see if maybe he's gotten the book already.
Judging by the fact, he has the red ring. I was going to say, at first I thought I was going to say, judging by the fact that he has the blue ring and 139 rupees, I'm suspecting he doesn't. And Yeah, he does not have the boom. He does not have the book. He purchased the bomb upgrade at some point as well because he has 11 bombs. Unfortunately now for Zebgedny, as he has gotten those bombs, he is using them somewhere other than where he... Oh, but there! You could bomb through! That is how Putz made it. You did not have to take the staircase. You could bomb through in the room to the left of the spiral staircase.
Gotcha.
I was thinking Putz didn't make the walk. He's gonna find... Zeb's gonna find Ganon now. So... Man, how... Knowing that now, how much more quickly could this have been completed?
It's kind of like the match we had a while back where we had a full clear 9 and all you had to do was walk up 3 rooms and bomb left and you found Zelda. You know, it happens, unfortunately. It's a matter of whether or not you have the resources, and a lot of times if you don't have a boomstick, you're really conservative with your bombs, especially when they're hard to get. You're generally probably not going to use them if you can find another path until you absolutely have to. So
that bomb purchase for Zebgedny, paying dividends for him, except, you know, not yet because he hasn't taken the room, hasn't taken the direction he needs to go. As a last resort. No, he's not going to go through that key door. I guess maybe that may have been the tea room. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, except just choose to kill Ganon, which again, not a bad choice because you don't know whether or not he's required. But does take the incorrect path at the beginning, but I think he's going to have to double back to the correct direction. There's not a whole lot of other places to go.
Yeah. But he is in a situation where he could walk to the princess without having to go through anything else. Finds the map. I believe that was, you know...
Don't need no stinking map.
Oh, and there found another route to Zelda.
Interesting. I wonder how many times people went through that patcher room and did not go down. I know that there were people in that patcher room, and I know a few had the map, and just being that close to Zelda, man...
We are learning more and more about this seed. That's one of the interesting things about watching several people play the same seed. Sometimes after a one-on-one race, you know, if it had been the first 2 guys to finish, we'd have been like, yeah, there's a staircase required to get to Zelda. And then we find out, no, when Putz finished, oh, you could bomb to Zelda. And then we find when Zeb finished, oh, there's another you can go through from the top. Just very interesting to me that, you know, the first 6 or 7 people that finished all took the same route.
Yeah, I mean, that was the most direct route. Let me rephrase. It wasn't the most direct, but it was the most obvious route. They used a lot of bombs. You didn't want to screw with the spiral staircase room anyways, and the room right next to it was also Wizrobes, and a pretty bad room. So, you know, at that point, they didn't probably want to use their resources and just decided, well, let's take the stairs. And that ended up being pretty close to where she was anyways. Yes, turns out, Jam, her number is 1-800-OLD-MAN. 2. Old Man 2.
Old Man 2, okay. At this point, is Zarby our final competitor to enter level 9?
I believe so.
Okay.
So we were missing, it looks like 4 people this time around. No, because TGE forfeited because he had to make it to work. So we were missing 3. So yes, Zarby would be the last person in the race here.
Okay.
And he's in level 9. So again, kind of to talk Zarby up a little bit, like Jake Hooper pointed out, he is an LTTP player.
Yeah.
And I remember watching his first seed, and it was a little bit rough. And he has very quickly adapted to Zelda 1 randomizer, has taken advice and criticism from people about what to do and how to do it, and has, for being very new and never playing Zelda 1 before this, to make it to the 2 and 2 point and to make the play-in race is quite the accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. And tremendous work for him.
I look forward to see him, being in the fall race and see how he does there. I think he'll do really well, especially with it being a more set type of flags.
And one of the interesting things about the way the Swiss round format worked out is, if you were someone who started this tournament 0-2, that gave you a chance to maybe play, unless you were just coming up to people who came up unlucky. It gave you a chance to get into this play-in race against a couple of people who maybe were in that same situation as you, not as familiar or as experienced with the Zelda randomizer. It's been nice seeing a couple of guys who if they were getting paired up against a random person, or maybe reseeded after every round and having to face a top seed again, really, one, wouldn't have much of a chance of winning, and two, wouldn't have that chance to learn in advance. And like you said, it's going to pay dividends for guys like Zarby in the future. The next time he's in a randomizer tournament, he's going to be just fine. Although, as we're discovering, it really doesn't matter how experienced you are at Zelda 1. A spiral staircase room with Wizrobes and likes and a bubble. That's good. That's a doozy for pretty much anybody. See him trying a slightly different path there for a second from some of our other competitors. Really, those Wizrobes putting it right on Zarby's chin. Manages to work way around those back into the shoot room.
Yeah, unfortunately, the two paths to Zelda require either a spiral staircase with Wizrobes and likes and bubbles, or a double block room with Wizrobes and likes and bubbles. Both of which not really fun options to deal with. So he'll figure it out eventually, I have no doubt. Red Ring will help. So even if he does die, he ends up with 12 hearts worth of health. But quite interesting that he only ran into 6 hearts throughout the course of the seed.
Yeah. We didn't, but to be fair, we did not, on a lot of screens, did not see a ton of heart containers in dungeons. And of course, the extra free heart container being in level 9, there's one fewer they could pick up. But yeah, looks like it may have been a situation where he chose some potions instead of hearts and some take any's. And after that rash of completions we had, about 6 or 7 guys finish in a couple of minutes, we're back to being reminded how long we spent in level 9 with nobody completing it, as we're now watching a singular runner in Zarby. Like I said, just reminded of how tricky this level 9 was once it wasn't full of guys who had tons of information about it. Man, I tell you, this level 9 really wastes no time delivering the goods, loading you up with Wizrobes and Patras just as soon as you walk through the door, it seems. Not giving you any chance to catch your breath and assess the situation, as we are now back in that spiral staircase room that we all know so well at this point. It's going to try to get a different pattern to perhaps help him out down to 1 heart.
Now, still avoiding that spiral staircase room. I think he might try to clear it out here, or at least get in there. I don't think he's got any potion charges left, so gonna have to try to slip in, and unfortunately dies. Yes, Purple Mario, this date was agreed upon and set well in advance. It was one of those things that was pretty pointedly made that if you couldn't make it, it was kind of tough luck. As, you know, it's trying to accommodate. We've got West Coasters, East Coasters, Europeans, you know, we've got a lot of different people, so it was just one of those things that this was the time that worked best, and if it didn't work for you, it was very unfortunate. We did have a couple of forfeits by people just because they would not have been able to make the race, which then allowed some other people to make it in.
Yeah, which I think was a very respectable and classy move on the part. I know, I think Chest Jerk and was Vicnan the other one maybe that.
I believe so.
Yeah. He was stuck in a tough spot there, having to come all the way around the spiral. Without, especially with no magical shield, there's not a whole lot you can do about those Wizrobes when you're coming around the corner. With only 1 block worth of space to move around in, and I think BT also had the magical shield. Perhaps that was something that we didn't think about that could have come in handy here in level 9, especially with that spiral staircase room that we've all come to know and love so well at this point.
Yeah, I think he made mention in chat too about that as well. That the big shield was a pretty big deal, because he did have it, and you were able to, as long as the legs weren't stuck in that position where they're going to run into you, you could at least block the orange Wizard beams there, which could save some hearts. So yeah, definitely pays off. With 4 hits, you're pretty much guaranteed you have to either run into them, have a bubble, or take a beam. You have no options otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll see if he gets over here and bombs this. Well, he does get the up wall, but we want the left wall, if you were telling me correctly.
Yes. Yeah, you go left and you're wind up in that spiral staircase, or the diamond staircase room with the jails. And so he does take a death here, but one note of importance that he did do in that last run through 9 was he killed that Patra before the spiral staircase room, who was a tremendous barrier to entry previously.
Yeah, again, this 9 proving, again, the shuffled HP is what makes this so difficult, and a lot of it has to do with the HP on the orange Wizrobes, because the blue ones will move around, and you can tend to be able to get through this staircase without a problem. The orange ones are just going to stand in your way, so, it's just one of those things of randomized HP, where in this case, it's a bad thing, but it could be 0 HP too. There's good things that can happen with it, but it's just, it's rough. And it looks like, he's being smart and he's running into the orange Wizrobes. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you only take, in this case, a quarter heart of damage off the orange ones instead of the 2 hearts of damage, or the heart full of damage you would take with the red ring from the beam. So very smart by him there.
He does force his way through, and now he only has 1 bomb, so he's got to choose the correct wall.
Yeah, both of these are bombable, left and down. Let's hope that he chooses down, or at least gets a bomb drop here. That would be the best case scenario.
I don't even know if I've seen a Wizrobe drop a bomb.
No, they do. Just not very often.
You gotta pick that clock up, man. Yeah, there you go.
He has a chance. This one could drop him a bomb, and it
does. All right. He chose correctly anyway, so now he's got 4 bombs to work with on on his potential path to Zelda.
Yep. Now we just have to see him go down, left, and we've got our finish. Unfortunately, there are several branches before that, but
I think he has to go right. I think he has to go right once at some point to get around a block.
You are correct. He could actually, if he has the silver arrows, you can just go down and you'll get to that room, and he does. Let's see if he can finish up this cannon fight and then just make his way to Zelda. This, unfortunately, is a terrible room to have to fight Ganon in.
One of the worst.
He's got 3 hits so far. 4. Oh, and unfortunately takes a death.
So let's see, we will see if he feels like he was on the right path. Does he continue in the same direction? He's taking a slightly different path out of the gate, though. He's gonna come around into. Okay, so he comes around into Patra's room. I take that back. I was thinking Patra was one room sooner than he was. He's gonna try to hide in a like-like.
Fortunately for him, every time he kills a like-like and gets out of this room, it reduces the number of Wizrobes available to attack him the next time around. So slowly but surely, this room is getting easier to deal with.
Yeah. And again, if you clear it all the way with that bubble being there, that's a very fortunate situation. Now he will go down. He's not going to fight Ganon this time.
Good move. He doesn't know it, but good move.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta go down and left a couple of times, and we've got to finish.
Oh, he is making a beeline. If I didn't know any better, I thought
make it easy.
Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I thought someone had told him. Wow, what a quick ride over to Zelda.
Fantastic. Again, I have to point out, and I harp on it a lot, 147 for this seed is fantastic, especially if you have not played a lot of Zelda randomizers. So, whether or not he came in, it would be 12th place. Give him a follow, give him a GG, because that is a fantastic run. That is a very difficult seed.
That was really tough. I mean, I've had seeds I finished in an hour 47 where they gave me the silver arrows and the bow in level 1. I mean, so to see someone who is an incredible player of another Zelda game decide to give this a shot and to perform like that on this stage, just a tremendous job by him and by all of our racers today. Anybody who, this is a 2-hour kind of seed for sure. With the silver arrows being hidden where they were, the boomstick proving to not be as useful as we thought it would be. There were just all sorts of things working against the runners of your second quest overworld, mixed, shuffled HP. Really a pretty good showcase of what the Zelda randomizer can do to even the best players.
Yeah, and it's just, again, one of those things where it was actually awesome to see Boomstick not be as OP as it could have been, right? Just because it usually is such a big deal to have the Boomstick, and it makes 9 crazy easy. It's just the fact that, again, Orange Wizrobes didn't go down in one hit, and the 2 rooms that you needed to actually get over to Zelda were very difficult rooms to deal with. And even with a Boomstick, if you did not have some kind of defense upgrade, so it was cool.
All right, so do we know when the matchups will be coming out for the next round, HN?
Hopefully here pretty quick. I think they're going to do some sort of bracket reveal / unveiling either tomorrow or Monday. So I don't know if we'll see them before then, but stay tuned. I assume that's probably going to be over on Jam's channel. twitch.tv/JamEvler. Just stay tuned for that. I know that they were talking about doing some sort of unveiling, so we may or may not see the bracket round yet. Tonight or tomorrow, Jam says in chat. So, stay tuned for that, because that's important. We will have it'll be 12 people that will get a bye. So we will have at least 2 of the 3-1 people that will have to have a race in the initial 4 races versus the 6 people that made it out in the play-in race. So we'll see what happens.
Those would be some tremendous contests. A lot of great guys in that 3-1 group, and then we just saw, put on display here, 6 tremendous runners finishing in the top 6 here. Just going to be just great all around, and that's just to get to the chance to get to those top dogs. One of which is on commentary here with me, receiving a bye in the first round of the knockout stage.
Yeah, it's nice to have a bye. Again, these flags are not going to be fun. Swordless and Blackout on the table. Second quest dungeons, mixed dungeons. There's a lot of things that are now on the table.
Yeah.
And
second quest enemies as well, I think.
Second quest enemies, second quest rooms, second quest doors. There's a whole bunch of things that you can deal with. And again, getting the bye, I can't stress how much that's awesome, because that first set of 4 races is going to be cutthroat.
Yes. And I don't think it'd be as big of an issue for someone like you who kind of has the ins and outs of what these flags are capable of, but just the chance to watch a couple of races ahead of time and see just how bad it could be would definitely come in handy. Is the sprite shuffle on, or is that wait until later on in the
sprite shuffle can be on as well?
Okay,
so you swordless sprite shuffle Blackout.
Yeah, you could pick up a silver arrow and it turns out to be the book.
Yes. There's a lot of things, and they'll be very fun to watch, and it'll also be nice as again, to where you can kind of sort of play this is the kind of strategy that this person goes for. So if you do get matched up against them, you can kind of play a meta with yourself on how you want to go about playing your seed. Yeah. It doesn't do a whole lot of good for you in random percent as it would in a normal tournament, but you at least get a little bit of an advantage that way.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, we see the tendencies of some guys. Some guys are more likely to gamble in certain situations. Some guys like to dig for certain items. Like we saw with Jam today, I mean, it didn't surprise me when he purchased the blue ring, because I'd seen that in a few races prior, opting for the defense over chances at increasing his bomb power. It worked out for him in this situation. Just all sorts of things that could go right or wrong, and you really don't know which way it's going to go for you until you get there.
Yeah, and despite my antics, it worked out for BT as well, who got first place. So
yeah, all the hit purchases,
4 gambles in a row, and 3 of them being the large at 57.
Oh man! And purchasing hints.
It's just, I don't know. So good.
2 of which were completely useless. The third of which I don't know if it gave him any information that he really needed.
Apparently, it was the cheat code to the money-making game.
Yeah, there was something. Go middle, choose B every time.
Well, I think that probably about wraps us up here.
Yeah,
appreciate Beatle and Speed Gaming once again for taking time out of his day to restream this. A little bit difficult with all 4 people, but
tremendous job though of subbing guys in and out. And I know we had a lot of guys working behind the scenes to help them keep track of who was where. Just a fantastic job all around.
Yeah, so good at subbing in that we missed it a couple of times. Yeah, thanks to the guys behind the scene. I think Random Effect and Jay Coper were doing some spotting, and the Speedruns Live, if they restream, thank them as well. And awesome thanks to all the runners. This was a fantastic race. be sure to watch it on mute so you don't have to hear me yell. But yeah, thank you to everybody involved.
Yeah, tremendous job. Like I said, I think Random Effect and Cooper, I think Adirondack Rick was helping out a little bit. All the guys who are behind the scenes who didn't get to sit here and talk about it to you guys, doing a tremendous job. Great job by all the runners. Great job by UHN as always.
You're the best one here. So.
Oh man. Well, you want to send us somebody?
Yeah, I mean, hang around, not really hang around, but stay tuned to the announcements to find out when that bracket unveiling is going to be. Again, it's either going to be tonight or tomorrow, probably around midday or later in the evening. I'm sure that's going to be on Jam Eviler's channel. So if you are interested in seeing what's going to happen next, make sure that you stay tuned to that. I'm sure we will have some races pop up. Probably maybe this weekend if we get that out, but if not, during the week. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Check out the schedule. And again, thanks again to everybody involved.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.